we've got IQ, which is how smart you are, street smarts and so on, and EQ is about how emotionally intelligent you are. They're saying in a lot of reports, team, by 2030, IQ is going to be significantly less important and EQ will be significantly more important. The ability to read the play, the ability to see the situation for what it is, notice your own emotions, notice the emotions of others and see how do we actually make this work. And we think about it with what's happening with AI in the background, where AI can do a lot of those mundane tasks. And certainly in the next 2, 3, 4 years, you can see how much more that we'll be able to delegate and automate away from our work style. Our big evolution is going to be in who we are and how we're operating. It's the EQ. It's the ability to read the play, connect with clients and deliver something spectacular and remarkable to them. So, and this image that we've got here, I think, is really super appropriate. Where you can see all these different sort of energies from, I guess it's frustration and confusion to upset to, like I'm rocking it and so on. What emotional intelligence is, and we're going to do some layers on this, really is about is how can we support ourselves and each other evolving how we operate. So to do that, team, there are 5 big pillars of emotional intelligence. And the first one is your ability to have positive influence. The second is your ability to self-manage, so how you actually manage yourself in an effective way. Next is how authentic you are in conversations. So do you say something to me and then something to someone else? And then what is your awareness of others? How tuned in are you to other people? And then the final one here is your self-awareness. How self-aware are you in the process? So positive influence, I'm sitting in a meeting, an EQ, an emotionally intelligent person, is going to actually have a positive influence in that meeting. I'm in the meeting. Why don't I have a positive impact? How am I self-managing my emotions along here? How authentic am I in my communication? What's my awareness level of other people, being able to empathetically see them? And what's my self-awareness overall around this situation? So do I have the ability to get in the helicopter and see what's occurring here? So we're going to add some detail to this and start to see this come through. So positive influence, at the worst, it's actually about being indifferent. At its best, it's actually about being empowering. So in a conversation, some people can say, well, I'm not the boss, I'm not the leader, why should I be empowering? Well, you're part of the team. If culture is caring and it's about cultivating something amazing, then we're all part of this particular process to bring out the best in others. Self-management, we're either temperamental or we're resilient. And, we know things are going to be, there's going to be twists and turns along the way. We know there's going to be some difficult conversations, some emotional energy conversations. It's about how resilient we are on those. Then, of course, from an authentic point of view, at its worst, the unproductive state is being untrustworthy. So you say something to me, you say something to someone else. It's like, well, hang on, which one is true? Which one is the actual component of truth in there? Or are you genuine in terms of what you're communicating, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're noticing? On the awareness of others, you're either insensitive, like, why should I worry about how they're feeling, or you're empathetic with them. In other words, and team, there's a big difference between empathy and sympathy. Empathetic is like, I'm stepping into your shoes. I see where you are. Sympathy is like, yeah, it's pretty bad. Let's jump together. No, it's about how can we actually bring someone back in from there, but understanding where someone's at. And self-awareness is about either being disconnected or being present. So, when you're in a meeting, when you're even in this meeting right now, how present are you in the meeting, or how, disconnected? Like I'm here because I have to, as opposed to here because I want to actually be there. Now, I'm going to just take my video off for a moment, team, so you can take a pic of that. And to me, this is such a powerful frame of reference for us to invest some time to have a look at. and see how we can go and build this and put this into play. Out of these, which ones do you think, knowing you'd like to do some work on? Now, if you're with a team, I'd like you to go have an overall team, because a team has a level of EQ across an entire team. So let's have a quick chat as a total team. What would it be? My belief is within your team or with your leaders, you can sit down and say, hey, the area I think I need to work on the most is such and such. Can you help me with this? Now, this is in that realm of a development plan, guys. And this isn't about, next week, bang, clicking the heels, I'm totally different. This is about saying, hey, I'm aware that I want to work on this. I'm aware I want to improve on this. And all this is a great awareness tool that allows you to accept something, build an action plan coming out of it, and then have the team support wrapped around you to hold you accountable to make sure you follow through. And then acknowledging in 3 months' time or 6 months' time, you've actually created a shift. But you know what's important with this? What's really important with this is you being okay to say, hey, I believe this is not a superpower of mine. I'd like it to become a superpower, but I definitely need some help with this. I definitely need some support in this particular process. But, I think a lot of people can contribute to our success if we allow them to do this. I have a rule of threes around feedback. If one person tells me something, I go, thank you for sharing. If two people tell me, then it's probably true. If a third person tells me, then I need to do something about it. I need to shift this, or I need to accept for the rest of my life, I am not going to fix a refrigerator ever in my life. If it breaks down, I'm aware of it. I've accepted the fact I'm not going anywhere near it. It gives us that kind of simplicity and that focus around it. I did have someone say to me, I think it was 2 weeks ago, said, oh yeah, I did a time management course 4 years ago. I went, and what's the deal here? And what was interesting with it, they were in this mode of yeah, I've done that. No need to worry about it. I'm already a legend. It's far out. Now, we're going to go one step beyond this. So part of our world is, how do we make work a safe place? And there's a lot of work that's been done in large corporates that literally all around the world, team, where it's called psychological safety. We perform best when we are psychologically safe. In other words, when we feel safe in the environment, we can be ourselves, we can express ourselves. If I've got a concern, I can put my hand up and I can say, you haven't mastered that. Oh, you are a loser, aren't you? None of that, right? So it's actually how we can be in a supportive mode with it.